So I recently had to deal with something no family should ever experience. My grandfather, a veteran, was just sitting peacefully on the porch when four fake cops pulled up like he was some kind of wanted fugitive. And the reason? A flagpole. My neighbor, the one with that smug smile and a phone always recording, acted like she was exposing a terrorist plot. Turned out, that footage was the first nail in her own coffin. Let me start from the beginning. Most neighborhood wars don't start with bullets. Sometimes they start with a mailbox, a sticker, and a woman named Marla Whitfield. Marla was the kind of woman who says, "per my last email," in real conversations, prints her texts, and walks around with a self-made clipboard. She wasn't elected HOA president. She declared it herself, laminated her own badge. Nobody challenged her until she came for Grandpa. Grandpa isn't loud. He doesn't talk about his military days or hang "veteran lives here" signs on the lawn. He doesn't need to. He walks like silence is armor, stares like he's gathering intel, and makes coffee like it's part of a mission briefing. Ever since he moved in with me, he's been peaceful, the kind of calm that makes everyone else feel safe. And to Marla, that made him a threat. It started with a notice taped to our door in pastel pink duct tape. Notice of violation. Mailbox is non-standard. Please remove decorative elements within 72 hours or fines will be issued. The decorative element. A 2-inch bald eagle decal. That was it. No neon, no slogans, no disrespect, just an eagle. Grandpa read it, squinted, peeled it off like lint, and slid it under a table leg to stop the wobble. "Another one of those clipboard tyrants," he muttered. I laughed. I shouldn't have. 3 days later, another notice arrived. Laminated. Different font. Clearly printed with more rage. Flagpole exceeds regulation height. Remove immediately or face escalating penalties. That pole had been in our family since I was 12. 10 feet tall. Flying a clean, proud American flag. Grandpa didn't speak. He ran his fingers down the pole like checking its balance, then tossed the notice in the trash. I'm not lowering the flag for her. That's when the morning patrols began. Marla walked by every day at exactly 9:14 a.m. Not 9:15. Not 9:13. Always 9:14. Sun visor. Orthopedic sneakers. Clipboard. She muttered like she was narrating a documentary. Still elevated. Code deviation. Mailbox altered. I caught her whispering into her Bluetooth. Visual confirmation. Subject continues to violate code 5.3b, capturing time-stamped images. Should I say something? I asked Grandpa. Nope, he said, flipping his paper. Let her watch. You're not worried. He shrugged. She's not the first one who thought a clipboard gave her power. Next came a knock. Not a neighborly knock. The kind that tightens your stomach. 3 short, sharp bangs. 2 men stood outside. Mid-30s, tactical polos, cargo pants, radios. One had mirrored sunglasses on a cloudy day. The tall one spoke. We're with Brookfield Community Enforcement. Your property is in noncompliance. You have 48 hours to vacate. You're evicting my grandfather. This is a voluntary notice, he said. Grandpa walked out. Same hoodie, same coffee mug, no shoes. Which one of you wants to try? The short guy shuffled. Sir, this is a compliance action. You boys ever serve? Grandpa asked. Silence. Unless you have a court order or real authority, you're trespassing, I said. We operate under community jurisdiction, which Marla invented. Leave. Grandpa added. 10 seconds before this becomes more than your clipboard can handle. They left. No paperwork. No threats. Just 2 men retreating to their knockoff SUV. Grandpa sat back down and said, Marla's getting desperate. What do we do if she comes back? He handed me an old brass key. Top shelf. Upstairs closet. What is it? Something I hoped I'd never open again. Inside the closet was a trunk. Behind a folded flag, an army blanket, and a duffel bag. Heavy. Locked. I brought it downstairs. The key turned with a metallic snap. Inside was a folder marked Restricted, Federal Classification, Strategic OPS. And more. A photo of Grandpa mid-mission. Faces blurred. No insignia. Caption. Field Command Callahan. Night Recon 0582. A steel case below had a fingerprint scanner. He placed his thumb. Click. Inside, a pistol, a black USB marked for OPS only, and a letter sealed with the Pentagon insignia. You in a spy movie I don't know about. Not anymore. But this is insurance. Turns out, Grandpa wasn't just any vet. He was Field Command for Strategic Operations. His name was on a list called VNAPS, Veteran National Asset Priority Status. Not because he was dangerous, but because too many people would notice if he disappeared. Then came another envelope. Community Emergency Action, Final Notice. 5 stapled pages declaring Grandpa a security threat. Signed by Jason Keller, one of the fake enforcers. This is actionable, Grandpa said. 4th forged violation. That pings the system. He pulled out a flip phone. Pressed speed dial. Tommy. Nickname, Water Dog. How many and how armed? Tommy answered. That night, Marla emailed the neighborhood. Effective immediately, I am assuming interim authority over all HOA matters under Emergency Clause 3A. Signs went up the next morning. Safety begins with obedience. Report anomalies immediately. 3 guys in tactical gear began patrolling the neighborhood. No one spoke. One wore sunglasses at 8 p.m. one night. I caught them photographing Grandpa's truck. He stood behind me. They're trying to rattle us. It won't work, I said. Are you sure? 2 days later, she issued 12 new HOA rules. 1 required pets to be photographed. 1 banned outdoor furniture. Neighbors started whispering. Mrs. Elkins said she'd lose her insurance if she didn't sign. Someone left a screenshot of a group chat. Compliance eyes. We were labeled Hot Zone 1. Grandpa showed me the original HOA charter. Emergency authority requires 3 board votes. The others resigned. She's alone. So it's all fake. Exactly. She doesn't know we know. That's when Tommy, Reed, and Jones arrived in 2 matte black pickups. No words. Just nods. Later that day, I received a cease and desist letter. Handwritten, full of typos, and signed by Marla as President, Enforcement Director, Acting Municipal Liaison. Grandpa smiled. She's escalating. She's out of moves. Then came the final confrontation. 3 black SUVs rolled in. 4 men stepped out. We're here for Gerald Callahan under Section 14B. He's to be detained. Do you have a court order? No. We're community enforcement. Grandpa stood. You boys ever serve? From the shadows, Tommy stepped out. You're impersonating. Leave. Jones filmed. Reed watched. Karen kept recording. This is my authority, she shouted. No, Grandpa said. You're trespassing. This property is federally protected under Title 38. They backed off. Police arrived. Real officers. Within minutes, the fake enforcers were cuffed. Karen tried to leave. You signed an unlawful order. The officer said. She was arrested. Shouting, I'm the president. Grandpa sat back down. Calm as ever. Later, he handed me his phone. A text thread from Ghostfire. Paper trail confirmed. Shell accounts traced. Glengard LLC receiving HOA funds. Beneficiaries, Marla Whitfield, Mark Jenner, Elise McCaffrey. We turned the garage into an ops center. Found evidence of wire fraud, extortion, and racketeering. 2 days later, Karen's accounts were frozen. Glengard flagged. Her partners subpoenaed, and then she came back. 1:12 a.m. porch cam caught her. Hoodie, folder, regret. They used me, she said. You volunteered, Grandpa replied. She cried. Is it too late to fix it? It's too late to pretend you didn't know. We handed over her folder. More proof. More names. 6 weeks later, the Forest Glen HOA was dissolved. Fraud. Abuse. Impersonation.no appeal. No HOA.at the rec center. Neighbors clapped for Grandpa. 1 rep read. We acknowledge Gerald Callahan for his service, both then and now. No speeches. Just a flagpole rebuilt. A plaque. Gerald Callahan, veteran, neighbor, protector. Karen vanished. Rumors say new city. New name. She's not allowed to join another HOA. Jenner and McCaffrey? Indicted.as for us. We got our flag back. And our peace. The rocking chair's still on the porch. But the view is a lot better now. They tried to take his flag. Now it flies higher than ever.